So in this video, I'm going to be really focusing on the energies and the astrology of this first half of April and the full moon that we have in Libra on April 5th and 6th, depending on where you live in the world. But this energy is really going to be very highlighted all through this month and beyond. How can you meet these energies, move with them, flow with them, rather than resist them? So that's some of what my intention is to unpack for you with this video to help support you and guide you so you can take that information and apply it to your life in the way that resonates and works for you. My name is Chrissy Whistler. I am a quantum, multidimensional astrologer, intuitive, and healer. So I do have offerings if you're interested. You can find out more at chrissywhistler.com. And please like this video, subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate you so much in supporting me in doing this work. Okay, so let's dive right into this. So, April and especially that last bit of March has been very intense. Let me know in the comments how this has been showing up for you. And I'm laughing because, whoa, this is a very turbulent, intense time. And it seems like the energy is almost shifting even daily. With that Aries equinox and Pluto, it was this highly electrical time. And as much as I would have loved to sit and meditate and work with that energy, I instead found myself supporting my youngest, who is this little antenna for the energy. And he was a swirl, a tornado of that. And so every day was just helping him ground that energy. And then the following week, that March 30th week, we really had a blessing where we went to camping for a week down to Anza Borrego Park and got to experience the majesty of all the wildflowers that were blooming because of the intense winter storms that we've been having. And that whole week, I've found myself in a very quiet, still, reflective period of time where I didn't want to speak. I didn't want to talk to people. I could do a little bit of texting, but just the thought of speaking and especially sharing and reflecting on what I was going through on the inside, it was just straight up nope, this is not the time for that. And in fact, I actually really struggled to even bring this video to you because I was in such a deep silence period, which is why this is coming out literally just the day before this full moon. But as I said, this is still going to resonate through a good part of April. So I hope it will still be useful for you. But let me know in the comments. Has this been a very reflective time for you? Are you finding that the voice of your consciousness is coming through? Whispers even that are really asking you to go within and to hear them. Our world is so busy, so intense on a normal day-to-day life with all the things that we have to do and get done to live here on this planet as part of society. All this going, and not enough time for that stillness. So if you can, I highly encourage you to take that time to reflect, to hear and to listen to what those voices within you are whispering and guiding you on. I think you'll be really surprised how helpful and supportive this can be to help you move through whatever is, your life, your unique circumstance is really pushing, catalyzing this, this growing tension that's in the energy, almost it sort of feels like a storm, but it's the brewing part of that energy. Like something is stirring, something is coming. So if that's your experience, please share. I would love to know, because it's when we share like this, and then it's like, oh, this person here is having this experience. Well, that's similar to this person and this person. And then we start to see, oh, this actually isn't just about me and my personal journey. This is a theme that our collective humanity is going through. And it really helps to not feel so alone when we're in those very intense moments. And April through May especially are gonna be whitewater rafting. A lot coming to the surface, a lot that's needing to be seen from the shadows, and that's not going to be comfortable or easy for so many people. And there is this theme of the more we resist, the more we hold on, the harder those rapids are going to become. So again, there's this feeling and this movement, this energy of learning how to surrender, to go with the flow of what is. So, very powerful, intense time that we are in. I'm actually filming this on a Red Dragon Day in the Galactic Mayan calendar. And oh my goodness, and I should say too that this is April 4th, so 4/4. But oh my goodness, I could feel this energy coming in last night. This feeling of hopelessness almost, especially around finance, money, security, like this grounded, safe energy, abundance even. It was like, whew, really getting tossed around in that. So if you're having that experience and that feeling where even this energy of play and joy is almost impossible to hold on to or to believe in, that's certainly the energy that I've been tuning into and been really needing to sit with and move through, because I don't want to get stuck in that energy, because that's not going to help me. That's not going to help anyone. But I also don't want to ignore it. This is not a time where we're shoving this discomfort under the rug, because we have Pluto and Scorpio really digging down deep into this and forcing us to see what has been hidden. So if that's your experience, lean into those feelings. What is underneath them? What is that for you that your soul, your unconscious is really trying to speak to you, to communicate with you about? And that is going to be different for each and every one of us. So just know that that is part of this energy of April 4th. Is that going to be the energy of April 5th and 6th? I have no idea. Again, they seem to be changing, the shifting of this energy every day, and it's getting more palpable, more noticeable. So again, be still and see what that means for you and what those whispers are speaking to you about. Now, tying into this theme is also going to be nourishment and nurturing for yourself. Now, this Aries equinox, very interesting. We did have Ceres, okay, she was in Libra, right at that 0 degree, opposite to the Aries equinox. And she's going to be back there again at the summer solstice. So right now, all of us, and this is also in the astrology for this full moon and for the new moon total solar eclipse that we have coming up on April 20th. So this theme of self-nourishment and self-care will be continuing for us the rest of this month into July, and really also into the next year as the nodes of the moon switches from Taurus Scorpio polarity into Aries and Libra. So there's this theme. It's going to continue to surface, continue for us to look at it. How can we balance our individual desires with the other? With being in relationship with the other, where we listen to their concerns, but we're also listening and caring for ourselves, our needs. So there's this tantric dance that's taking place between these energies. It is going to be very clear, crystal clear. So tune into that. Where are you falling on that spectrum? Are you someone who's really good at meeting your own individual needs and not caring so much about the experience of the other person? Or, oh my gosh, obviously I can't show you, but I have a squirrel right there who just poked his little head on the roof. It's so crazy. I love when I have these spirit animals that come through while I'm filming. It's just great. So even in Los Angeles, the animals are making themselves known and again bringing us the support. And the squirrel, of course, can have that energy of this almost distorted Taurus energy where they're constantly hoarding. They could have a forest of 100 trees and acorns buried underneath all that ground, and it's still not enough. They're still constantly striving. They need more, more, more. And they're not having that satisfaction of being safe and secure, that they have enough. So that message came through when I saw this little squirrel. How might that be showing up for you in your life? Especially too as we have Venus moving through her own sign of Taurus, and I'll get to more of her in a moment, as well as Uranus and the North Node of the Moon. So this can be very highlighted in your life. Let me know if that's true. But it's like, when do we have enough? And can that enough come from within ourselves rather than the people around us, society? And I'm even hearing too all that drama and manipulation that can be taking place and pulling back from those energies. That's that South Node in Scorpio. Pull back from those energies. Tune back to within ourselves, our own pace, our slowness. So I love that our little squirrel brought more of that astrology weaving in. And I will continue to explore that with you. So yeah, tune into yourself, and are you actually nourishing and caring for yourself? Or are you being that martyr? Are you self-sacrificing for the needs of everybody else around you? That is that balance between Aries and Libra. Also going to be very highlighted at this full moon, as I said, and then the total solar eclipse. We are within the eclipse energies, so this is going to get more and more pronounced and really setting the stage, the tone for the next 6 month cycle. We also have Mars, who finally left Gemini on March 25th, and he is now in Cancer. So you may have felt a shift in your energies, where before you felt really scattered or unfocused, especially mentally. And now again, there's that quieter going within theme. And Mars in Cancer is a big highlighted signature of that. Not necessarily a rushing full steam ahead, but almost needing to be warmed up first. Our creative spark, this passion inside of us, like it's almost like before we can trailblaze into this new direction, we first are needing a safe container in order to be our unique individual selves. And that is this real beautiful energy when you think of it from this higher perspective, because again, our Western culture and society in particular is all about going forward. Do, do, do. Always producing, always hitting our goals. And yet what we've been missing, this medicine is of cancer. Having a safe space, the home, comfort, emotions, and emotional security. So for Mars to be his warrior self, to be that daredevil and risk taker, he must first feel safe. To go into those unknown territories that Mars and all these energies that are still in Aries are wanting us to do, to explore those desires, those open roads, to go where others have dared not go, we first must feel emotionally safe and secure. And as I said, highlighted as well at this full moon, because we have the sun in Aries. And then again, the solar eclipse is going to be in Aries. We also have 5 planets, energies in Aries right now. So here again is this highlighted theme. Follow our desires, our instincts to go be explorers, but we first must have that safe space. And if the world hasn't provided that for us, which it too often it doesn't, then how can we create this for ourselves? How can we be creating this safe container to hold for others as well? So really, again, tune into yourself. When do you need to go within? When do you need to hear those quiet voices? And in order to do that, you've got to cancel those social engagements in order to care for your own emotional being. This is a very powerful time to reconnect and heal our inner child and those exiled parts of ourselves who have been wounded and stuck in time from our early years. Reparenting can be a very powerful theme for you right now and a tool, and that includes even if you don't have children. Move slow. Don't rush forward. Feel those emotions, whatever they are, coming up for you. Be present. Be in the present moment and not constantly worried and thinking about the future. Now, there are a lot of energies in Aries. Aries is also, or I should say Mars is also out of bounds. So there can be heightened anger, instinctual reaction, frustration, so rage even. So be aware that that can be playing out around you within the world, but also your own instincts. You can be very quick to anger as well. So focus on yourself. Know that that can be some of the ways that this energy expresses itself. Now, Pluto. Oh, Pluto. Pluto is square the moon's nodes right now, which are at 4 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio. This square is going to be continuing into November, and right now it's tightening. It's getting closer. These energies, these reverberations between Taurus, this is again what we value, what we love. Also money, finance, resources, slowness. Scorpio is the intensity, the drama, the manipulations, what's been hidden in the shadows, passions. So there's going to be this, it's going to get faster and faster, the intensity, and then the sudden need for slowness, ramping up within our personal lives and the world. Pluto is this reactionary chamber of change, cataclysmic, this creative tension, this force that will continue again to build. especially around the distorted Capricorn energies, because Pluto is doing that dance at that anaretic degree of Capricorn, just moved into Aquarius. It's going to be there until early June, and Pluto's retrograding back into Capricorn. So there's going to be this movement forward, this dance between Capricorn and Aquarius. We are going to be in that energy until the end of 2024. So expect there's going to be more crumbling in our systems, structures, institutions, what society has expected of us, our obligations. Right? Clearing that energy. All that was old and not working versus this need for freedom to go into the future, to be a humanitarian. This is also about community. Mind-shattering new dimensions coming forward, science and technology. That is Aquarius. So we can very well be seeing all those themes, again, coming from the shadows, being unearthed and brought into the light. And there's going to be a need to balance this going deep into the depths, excavating the past, those shadows, what's been swept under the rug, and this necessary need for slowness, which is Taurus, that inner quiet and stillness, that time and space and energy to be fully present within ourselves, our body, so we can integrate what Scorpio and Pluto is bringing up for us to see. This is a period of death and regeneration, where we are shedding the old within ourselves and in society, so we can be that phoenix rising up from the ashes to be born anew. As I mentioned, this full moon's taking place on April 5th or 6th at 16 degrees of Libra. So see where that falls in your birth chart and what is being illuminated, or possibly accumulation, a closing of energies. If you would like to know how that affects you, what house and planets that may be hitting, please reach out. I do offer these Chart Your Stars readings where we can see what is this intention of your soul, your experiences that you are going through at this moment, and why. What is your soul leading you into? So please reach out if you need help with that. I do offer that. All right, so we have the sun in Aries, okay, opposite to the moon. The sun is also conjunct Chiron and Jupiter. Now, I've spoken a lot about those energies. Chiron is really this holding the space for us to heal. And it's going to require a weaving between the upper and the lower worlds, just like Pluto. Between a weaving between the past and the future, between our ancestral lineage and this present moment. And it's that journey of going deep into those soul wounds so they can become a gift, that you can become this healer that is in with each of you, where our wounds become our greatest gift. Now, some of that wound and healing journey can be a time of sickness, illness, because Aries is the body. This healing can also be around being our unique individual selves, to have our creative expressions that are different, to go to the beat of our own drum and trailblaze those new directions, and how in this life or in past lives we were not allowed to do so. Chiron experiences can be like getting the wind knocked out of you around your desires, your energy, your vitality. And with Jupiter, okay, Jupiter's also asking us to explore that. But Jupiter's going to magnify it, expand those energies. So you can really be going through a very intense purging, healing process. Chiron transits can feel like you're having surgery, you're on the operating table, and you've got no anesthesia. It is not comfortable. It can be very intense, very painful, very raw. So try and meet that energy as best as you can, to weave with it just like Chiron weaves in his orbit. Don't shy away from what life and the experiences are bringing to your attention. Your soul speaking to you through these experiences. And if you are having that intense, gut-wrenching, emotional experience, try and sit with that. Again, don't sweep it under the rug, pretend or ignore it's not there. It's when we do that, that's what's going to make the implosion even greater, more powerful. And reach out to the people in your life who you know can hold that safe emotional space for you, so you can go into that darkness, into that healing, so whatever that is can become one of your greatest gifts. Another of the big themes for Libra right now is balance. Balancing healing of ourselves, our individually, and then balancing with the other. Can we listen to the other? Can we shine a light on our relationships and have those relationships been supportive of our creative, unique selves? And then reverse, have we done the same for others, or have we not? So be really mindful of this at this full moon. This is this direction that we've been initiated into at this Aries equinox that opened up for us and will continue. As I've been mentioning, Venus in Taurus, she rules this moon in Libra. So it's again, be present, be in your body, in your five senses, connect with nature and the earth. And are we in right relationship with the earth? Are we listening to the earth? Libra is learning balance. She is learning equality. Truth and justice that honors what we actually love and value can be very front and center. Now, Venus is also conjunct Uranus. And I'm saying that I can just feel there's again, part of that brewing energy I was speaking of. We can have some real, even more sudden shocks and surprises around money, around finance, around resources. Some really big shakeups around this. You know, we've already seen it with some of the banks here in the United States and in Europe. So don't be surprised if there's going to be more shocks around that, especially with what has not been honest. We are having a reverberation back to when Pluto first went into Capricorn. 2008 was that financial crisis. And so we're having this like cyclical review. Have we learned our lessons around that, or is there still more that is corrupt that needs to get broken down and cracked open? So just know this is in the energy. If you find yourself really contracted and in fear, and I'm really picking it up right now from the collective, as I said, that was very prominent this morning, even last night before I went to bed. Just find those moments of stillness, being present in this moment, focusing on your breath, feet on the earth. That's going to really help dispel some of that worry and that mind reverberation about the future and about this uncertain moment we are in. Uranus is this planet of revolution, rebellion, liberation. Keep in mind too that this energy can also be liberating around what you truly value and not fitting the cookie cutter mold and expectations of society. So tune in to what you love. Tune into your heart. That's all Venus energy. And allow that to be your guiding force forward no matter what is shaking up around us in the world. And as I said earlier, it's the more we resist, okay, this breaking down, this crumbling, that is what's going to make the storm more turbulent, more chaotic. Really release and let go. This is also weaving in with the energies. On April 9th, we enter the White World Bridger wave spell in the Galactic Mayan calendar. And that is all about this surrendering and letting go, especially of limiting beliefs. So lean into what is coming up in the experience. Again, be in the present moment. We are also going to have, more than likely, some real sudden shocks around news and communication. Mercury is conjunct the North Node in Taurus. So no matter what information's coming at you, and I feel with the square to Pluto and the South Node being in Scorpio, there's going to be a lot of truth coming out from the depths, from the secrets and the lies, the manipulation. So be grounded right now. Connect to the earth. This is about moving into the future and doing things differently. Going deep into those truths, discovering what they are, do the mental research for yourself, your pace, aligning with what you value, what is in your heart, not what the rest of the world is saying, but within you, your core. And can you put those facts and pieces together? But don't get lost. I can feel it in my voice too. Don't get lost in the intensity, because we are going to need to go slow, go at our own pace, and that's going to include our mental energy. What we discover as well can really shake things up. Again, cataclysmic changes, shaking our foundations, our mental beliefs, what we thought was truth, only to realize it wasn't true at all. And can we instead see that from this higher, more galactic vantage point, from this higher mind? That's Pluto in Aquarius. Now, revolutionary energy, very highlighted. We are seeing this taking place in our world. We also have Eris there, conjunct Jupiter and in Aries. They will be exact with the sun. Okay, back up a sec. Eris and Jupiter with the sun are going to be conjunct on April 10th through the 16th. And this energy, we're going to really feel it a few days before and after. And then the sun's going to be conjunct with Eris on the 14th, or the 13th, excuse me. So yeah, basically this whole month of April, there is a lot of this Eris energy. Jupiter is going to expand that. She's also right there at this solar eclipse in Aries on the 20th. Eris energy is the divine feminine, powerful, almost this righteous rage of the feminine. And she's here to rise, to take a stand, to fight for the underdog, and to wake people up to the injustice and unfairness of those who have been forgotten or dismissed. And she's not afraid to instigate those forces to make changes happen. But the beautiful thing with Jupiter too is, in addition to expanding that energy, Jupiter's going to allow us to see from this higher vantage point, have this greater understanding of why this is happening. All the bits and pieces around this injustice, especially around sovereignty, individuality, desires, the body freedom. Like Jupiter's going to let us rise up and to see this from this topographic map, to see from the eagle's eye. And can we dance here with all the different perspectives? Because lower octave Jupiter can be like, there is one truth and only one truth. Can we instead see from the viewpoint of many and how their truth can be true for them, and so forth? So there is this dance and seeing these different perspectives. And can we find a way to come together with that? And can we heal Chiron around those different perspectives and hold space for them, even if those are not our own perspectives? And can we be teachers of that wisdom, of that space holding, to see others' perspectives and yet also standing up for inequality and injustice when it is necessary? So yes, there is a lot of rebellious energy in the air, but there's also magic that is available for us to claim, to work with, to mold, to be that potter at the wheel. We have a grand water trine taking place with Saturn, Mars, and the South Node, which is currently conjunct Mia in Scorpio. So Saturn is really helping us to build our visions, our dreams of our future, and to anchor it here into the world, to be part of our society. Can we go with the flow? Can we reconnect to the earth, that our earth is the actual Garden of Eden, and she's here right around us at this exact moment? For the earth to be our divine, and can we connect heaven from this high, place in the sky back down into our earth? And can we see our life and our world in the way that everything is divine? So connect to water during this time, good water, moving water if that's possible for you. And maybe we can even go deeper into our own truths of our water that is inside of our body. How much of our body is water, and then there's the frequencies and the vibrations of water, which science has been proving and testing, like with the work with Emoto and the solfeggio frequencies and the thoughts that we have, holding this vibration of love or holding this vibration of anger, and how that crystallizes within our water in our body. So really hold the frequency of love right now, compassion and forgiveness, no matter what is happening. There is, again, a lot of rebellious energy, truths, revelations, bringing to light what needs to be seen, and people can very much be reacting to that very loudly. This energy too, like really trying to grab our attention, pulling it back into fear, back into uncertainty. So anchor into your heart, into your physical body, your breath, to be in the present moment and to connect into the earth. Like that is the theme. That is the medicine of what is taking place in our world at this time. We are remembering that we are divine warriors, that we are leaders, that we are brave enough to go where no one else dared go before, going into the new, into these uncharted waters, to build community and partnerships in a whole new way that's never been done before. So step into the true, deeper sense of who you are. This April is a very strong, transformational month. You may need a lot of time to go within and reflect on what is coming up, to be seen, healed, and reintegrated back into you. Don't shy away from it, but step into it. meet it. Step into the strength of who you are. We are co-creators of this world, and it's time to reclaim this aspect of ourself, of yourself, your confidence, your bravery. Focus your intention on the dreams that are calling to you for your future, for our future. What are you uniquely here to create, to trailblaze in this completely new, amazing direction? Focus on that. Hone in on that. Anchor into love. Anchor into the earth. That will be so helpful for this time. I really hope that this message, this astrology, I can really even feel myself having gone into a channeling state as I was doing that. I truly hope that this was helpful and supportive for you. Please let me know in the comments how you are doing. I do know this is a very intense, difficult moment in time. And even though you are having to go through this on your own, please know that you are also not alone. If you would like additional support, please reach out. I do offer intuitive readings as well, again, as these astrology birth chart readings. So you know for you personally what is the flow of your river calling you into and why. So you can move through it, move with it that much easier. You'll find the link below to my website at chrissywhistler.com. And as always, please like this video, subscribe to this channel. That really does help me to connect and reach other people like you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for saying yes to this very wild journey that we are on. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.